This morning, holding on to hope as the search for a missing Verona man is about to start back up. And campaign 2022. Former President Barack Obama is headed to Wisconsin this morning, where he'll be as he stumps for state Democrats.
And there still remains some visibility issues out there, some fog if you're traveling out and about. But once that burns off, we're looking for another fantastic day. When will this fantastic weather end? I'll let you know.
Good Saturday morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris Stanford in for Shane Hogan this morning alongside Greg Barnhart. Greg, it does not get much better than this for this time of year, does it?
No, we can't. We might pay for it later, as we always do. But
yeah, it always chills down. But for now, everything this weekend is looking pretty nice.
Everything this weekend, any Halloween stuff going on, you go into trick-or-treating come Monday, or any of the weekdays where we have trick-or-treating going on. It looks great. We do have some visibility issues. The Wisconsin River area has a reduction in visibility. I know I checked some of the Beltway. There is a slight reduction in visibility, so if you're traveling about, there are some dense areas of fog that should burn off here momentarily, but something to keep in mind of. There's a fog advisory out to the east of Dane County, and that's till 9. Low to mid 60s, pretty much we should see everyone a few degrees warmer than yesterday. That's yesterday's high temperature, so a few 60s out there, but overall more areas will see that. A little bit colder this morning, but that was up to the north. Cloud cover helped with that. Right now it's still 32 degrees at the airport. We're going to get up to about 62 by this afternoon. Light south winds, so perfect there too if you want to rake up all those leaves that are on the ground. La Crosse, same. We have light winds up to 61 degrees too this afternoon, so no issues there. If you look at satellite, all the cloud covers up really to the north. Light south winds. Overall, the Midwest is looking good. Not really a system that's going to impact anytime soon. The one that you saw just on the edge of the screen to the bottom, that one's going to push up to the north, provide us cloud cover. But overall, nothing to really to speak of. I'll break down when the next rain chance comes a little bit later in the broadcast.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Greg. To our top story here at 8 a.m., friends, family, and neighbors all hoping to find a missing Verona man alive today. They spent the whole afternoon and into the night yesterday searching a park on the south side of the city and the surrounding area. This is a look at a map where a police canine last tracked his scent. Today, there will be multiple searches for John Ramsier. Those areas include the Badger Mill Creek area in Verona and the Military Ridge Trail that leads to Mount Horeb. They plan to start that search at 10:45 this morning. Ramsier was last seen Monday night in the area of Melody Circle and Melody Lane. Friends of the family say Ramsier was last seen on camera at Target. They say after that, his phone GPS indicated that he stopped at his home not far from Fireman's Park, but he apparently left his phone behind and left. Again, the police canine tracking his scent to that area near Fireman's Park.
We don't know where he went from there. Presumably, he's either on foot or on a bicycle, which is why we're checking the trails. He is an avid hiker and loves to walk. So it's likely that he could have gone off for a walk or something and gone missing from there.
While civilians come through Fireman's Park before moving on to the Badger Prairie and Ice Age trails, Black Earth Fire Department searched the water by boat, and the Dane County Search and Rescue Team deployed their drones to help throughout the week. If you have seen John Ramsier, here is a picture of him. You are asked to give Verona Police a call. The number is up on your screen right now. It's 608-845-7623. This weekend, if you're sure you found him, you can also call 911. He is about 5'11", 170 pounds. He is bald and wearing eyeglasses. Happening today, one of the biggest swingers of the campaign trails coming to Wisconsin, former President Barack Obama making a stop in Milwaukee today. He'll be joined by Governor Evers, Senate candidate Mandela Barnes, and Attorney General Josh Kaul. They'll all be attending a campaign event at the North Division High School Fieldhouse. The former president was on the campaign trail last night in Georgia. He shared the stage with Senator Warnock, who's facing a tough re-election campaign, and gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams.
I understand why it might be tempting sometimes just to tune out, to watch football or Dancing with the Stars. But I'm here to tell you that tuning out is not an option. Despair is not an option. The only way to make this economy fair is if we, all of us, fight for it.
We'll have full coverage of that event in Milwaukee later on today, so make sure to stick with News 3 Now. You can watch at 6 p.m. and 10 o'clock tonight. In Madison yesterday, U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg campaigning for U.S. Senate candidate Mandela Barnes at the Concourse Hotel. They were all joined by Senator Tammy Baldwin and actor Bradley Whitford. Yesterday's event was to push people to get to the polls and take part in early person voting. And with 9 days to go until the midterms, people are getting a jump start on filling out their ballots early. More than 17 million people have already voted across the country. That's according to data analyzed by the University of Florida's U.S. Elections Project. That number as of this morning includes more than 11 million ballots mailed in and more than 6 million that were cast in person. More campaign coverage this morning. Incumbent Republican Senator Ron Johnson and other GOP hopefuls are touring the state in a bus dubbed the Take Back the Country Tour. Milwaukee 1st District Congressman Brian Stile and Chair of the Republican National Committee, Ronna McDaniel, joining Johnson. Johnson urged Republicans to talk to everyone they know and pass along one message.
I don't care what you did in 2020, do more. If you took 6 people to the polls in 2020, take a dozen, take 2 dozen. If you talk to 10 members of your family, talk to 20. If you talk to 10 neighbors, talk to 20 neighbors. Do more.
That was the big message. Johnson urging his supporters to do more than what they did 2 years ago and get more of their friends and family members to the polls. West Salem teenager in critical condition this morning after a car crash on I-90. The State Patrol says 16-year-old Zoe Coder was driving on I-90 and lost control and crossed the median. It all happened on Monday. Her car hit a pickup truck head-on. The pickup driver was not hurt and was driving the speed limit. The report says it was raining at the time. New this morning in southern Wisconsin, firefighters say a dog has died in a house fire in Beloit. The fire department says the duplex fire started at 7 o'clock last night. One resident and a firefighter had to be transported to the hospital. 2 dogs were found inside. One was resuscitated, but they could not save the other. Residents are currently displaced from the house, and the department says they're still investigating the cause. In Verona, police say they've arrested a man now facing tentative charges of keeping a place of prostitution. Local officers, the Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigation, executed a search warrant on a home on Lucille Street yesterday afternoon. A 58-year-old was arrested after the search, but has not yet been officially charged with the crime. 2 others were also taken into custody on outstanding warrants. Across the state this morning, this year, 17 Wisconsinites have died in ATV and UTV crashes. Most were not wearing seatbelts or helmets, even though safety experts say they can dramatically reduce the chance of injury. Kids 12 and older are legally allowed to use ATVs, and kids 16 and older can ride UTVs. Wisconsin DNR officials say it's important for adults to be good role models.
The kids ultimately are going to, follow what their adults are doing, what their parents are doing, their aunts and uncles, the people they're out there recreating with. So setting that good example of safe operation, being respectful to, the trail and the people around you.
The DNR also says it's important to wear protective gear like long pants, we have long sleeves on, eye protection and gloves too, and use the same caution as you would if you were driving. Still ahead this morning, preventing overdoses on college campuses. And the weather doesn't get much nicer than this for late October. How long it'll last? And Greg's first warn forecast.
News 3 Now, election night coverage, Tuesday, November 8th.
Breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed.
This was the deadliest day for U.S. law enforcement since 9/11.
Just days after this horrific crime, Mandela Barnes appeared on Vladimir Putin's propaganda news outlet and rationalized violence against American police officers.
Police officers are over-exercising their badges. This probably was a retaliatory attack.
Do you want Mandela Barnes representing you in the Senate?
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. We got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4imprint, for certain.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights at participating locations. Book direct at choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-336-0524.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
As we mentioned, we've had a nice stretch of warm conditions, dry conditions. That even goes back to last week before we had that cold snap. We had another stretch of dry weather. So we've been doing pretty good. And if we look towards Halloween, which still looks to be really nice conditions, you look at Madison La Crosse for the averages and records. The good news is we won't hit any of the cold records, but we won't hit any of the hot records either. We're looking above average for those, but basically you're looking about the mid-50s to mid-30s for overnight lows. So overall, we're looking like 60s during the day for both locations, La Crosse and Madison. Sunny conditions, and then we'll cool back off into the mid-50s trick-or-treating time. And if it's doing it tonight or tomorrow night trick-or-treating, it's looking fantastic too. No issues there. We got a split flow going on right now, which keeps us somewhat mild, but keeps the storm tracks to the north and south of us. Cold air to the north, more precipitation to the south. And that's going to keep the trend going through Monday. Tuesday, you can see this area, darker clouds. That's that system going up to the Ohio River Valley. That'll miss us. We'll still keep really the cold air locked to the north. And then things start to change once we get to Tuesday, Wednesday. We start to see the cold air dig south. There's a storm system that'll develop out to the west. That'll induce southwest winds ahead of it. So the warmest days probably this week will be Wednesday and Thursday when the winds start kicking up. We'll warm up. This will take its time to get here. Probably more of a Friday, Saturday. Kind of falls apart a little bit, and then we have another little system coming up from the south that could impact us coming Sunday into Monday for more rain. But overall, we're not going to see the real cold air. That's still locked to the north regardless. So the next few days we have just generally good conditions. A few clouds passing through today and tomorrow. We'll see the clouds actually increased more tomorrow just because of that system to the south. We won't see the precipitation with it, but cloud cover will be increasing. So what we see temperatures for today will be somewhat like we'll see tomorrow, more 60s. As we go into Monday, we'll start clearing the skies back out as that pushes east. So overall, we'll see less cloud cover Monday. Winds will turn around a little bit from the west, northwest, but that's only temporary. We'll see them switch back around quickly Tuesday. So as you look at the temperatures right now, today we should climb up into the upper 50s to mid-60s in many locations, a few mid-60s, light south winds, really nice conditions. A cloud cover will start to increase as we go later tonight. That should keep our temperatures a little bit warmer. We were down to 32 this morning in Madison, probably more like 40 tomorrow morning with the cloud cover, so we won't be as cold. Then we'll see conditions actually, once again, low 60s tomorrow, pretty similar, but just extensive cloud cover. But this is high clouds, so the sun will peek out. And then as we get to Sunday, we're going to see conditions, Monday look even better. So there's your Halloween forecast. Low 60s, like I said, mid-50s by the time you go trick-or-treating. 70s could be popping there Wednesday, Thursday, definitely for La Crosse too. You'll see the 70s there. Then the next chance of rain doesn't come till Friday, and even then, those temperatures, mid-50s, it's still about average.
So back to where we should be.
Yeah, pretty much. We're not going to get any cold air, at least through the first week of November right now.
And with as calm as it's going to be this weekend, good weekend to get out there and take care of those leaves, right?
Exactly, because they're all down with the trees. So now you can't wait for them to blow to the neighbor's yard now. You got to take care of it.
All right. Thank you, Greg. All right, it is 8:14 this morning. The University of Wisconsin La Crosse starting a new program in hope of ensuring that no student overdoses from drug use. Dua Asrar reports.
In the case of an overdose, getting Narcan on UWL's campus is as simple as going inside a building and opening a box. In college, students are given a toolbox with everything they need for the world outside its campus. Now, colleges are providing students with a different kind of toolbox. In a partnership with Wisconsin Voices of Recovery, University of Wisconsin La Crosse has installed 13 boxes around campus with Narcan.
Once I found out about the boxes, I had conversation with our residence life director and the university's administration, and we collectively decided that it was the right thing to do.
Each box will have 2 doses. The boxes are in all 10 residence halls on campus, the recreation hall, and in the lobby of the university police office.
If someone has a friend that's, addicted to drugs and they're afraid that they may overdose, they can take a proactive measure, come in and take a box of Narcan and have with them.
The Narcan in the rec center and police office can be used by anyone.
Our lobby here is open 24/7. The recreation center, if it's open during business hours, their box is accessible.
When someone takes a box of Narcan, Wisconsin Voices of Recovery gets an alert.
In those cases, they will contact us and find out if anything has been taken out. And if so, we'll work with them to get those items replaced.
Chief of Police at UWL Alan Hill says as deadly opioids become common, the university wants students to have the resources to stop an overdose.
Being proactive rather than reactive, it was the right decision to make to have the Narcan put on campus.
Students say it's important to have Narcan on college campuses.
Being on a college campus, you know that there's going to be drugs and opioids and everything out there, so just having this available on our campus just can help.
Freshman Phoenix Wilkinson believes other universities should do the same.
I think it's definitely a lot more accessible than it ever used to be. I haven't been anywhere where they just have Narcan boxes available, and I think that's really cool.
Hill says by providing students with Narcan,
education is one of the most important factors in safety-wise.
He believes students are more likely to seek help. UWL's chief of police says these boxes will not be monitored so that anyone can take Narcan without any fear. Reporting in La Crosse, Dua Asrar, News 8 Now.
Coming up on weekend mornings, we have Halloween coverage for the holiday weekend. And there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks and 3 things to watch. Trending news just ahead.
It's A1 Furniture's anniversary sale with up to 43% off store-wide and 43 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
He pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself. Send him back, and he'll make things worse. Ron Johnson would let Wisconsin ban abortion, even in cases of rape, and said if you don't like it, you can move. He voted to raise the retirement age and wants to end guaranteed spending on the Social Security you earned.
Social Security is a legal Ponzi scheme, but that's exactly what it is.
Ron Johnson, still making it harder on us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
It's nice to unwind after a long week of telling people how Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. It's a natural. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. The Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy providers are working together to help keep your heat and power on. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. Boom. There's no need
need to be afraid of old windows. Call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no money down and no interest until 2024.
50% off ends Halloween. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Jurassic Quest is back and bigger than ever. Celebrate Halloween weekend at Jurassic Quest. Come dressed in your favorite costume for a chance to win a prize. And join us for Trick or Treat. Open now through Sunday in Madison. Buy tickets in advance for best selection at JurassicQuest.com.
Strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and the creamy taste, turns scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
As Campaign 2022 approaches the finish line, News 3 Now presents a special midterm election preview.
We're spotlighting key races and issues, fact-checking candidates, and hearing the voices of voters in battleground Wisconsin.
Saturday, November 5th at 7 p.m.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's anniversary sale. Save up to 43% off name brand mattresses and get 43 months free financing. Plus, get tax included on purchases over $9.99. Huge selection in stock now at A1 Furniture.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Yeah, we're still looking for a great stretch of weather. We do have some patchy fog out there, something to keep in mind of. Haze going on. Mid-60s for most of the week. We have some 70s possible by next week. The good news, it's dry at least until Thursday night. There's your visibility right now, Wisconsin River area, and then patches other areas of around to like 2 or less miles. Even up to Winona and Claire's got some reductions. So overall, there are some areas out there that should improve here in the next hour. As you plan your day out for La Crosse, we're going up to about the mid-60s. Light winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour to the south. Same story for Madison. We're looking for getting up to low 60s. Plenty of sun, light winds also. There's your regional temperatures, low to mid 60s. Most areas similar to what we had yesterday. And you talked about the Leafs. Well, it is, yes, an excellent day to take care of those. Only 5 to 10 miles per hour winds. The winds the next couple days will be very light. There's absolutely no precipitation, so it's easy to take care of all those leaves on the ground.
Sounds good. Thanks, Greg. There's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming. Our Will Oper shares a few of the best in this week's 3 Things to Watch.
I know what you are, Cat. But it has to be our secret. That's how I can protect you. Protect me from what?
Newly streaming on Netflix just in time for Halloween is the film Wendell and Wild.
Greetings. We are the magician morticians, the artistes of the afterlife.
Henry Selick, the director behind The Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline, brings to life a new animated adventure of 13-year-old Cat Elliott, who must fend off 2 demon brothers.
Cat's demons are raising an army of the dead. Gotcha. My demons, my problem.
Wendell and Wild is streaming on Netflix now.
I don't do friends. Bad things happen to people I'm close to. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
If you're looking for something even scarier, check out Barbarian, now streaming on HBO Max.
Yeah.
This is 476 Barbary, right?
Yeah, I'm renting this place.
No, I booked it a month ago.
Are you sure you have the right place?
The best horror film of 2022 follows Tess, played by Georgina Campbell, as she finds herself in a double-booked Airbnb. And that's all the plot I'm giving away.
Keith?
Barbarian is streaming on HBO Max now.
I came here as a special correspondent. And what about you?
I'm Airline.
And newly streaming on Hulu is the film Stars at Noon.
Should we meet again?
Again and again.
An American journalist in Nicaragua falls for an Englishman who may be hiding some secrets.
I'm here on a charitable cause.
Please don't go into detail.
Your British friend interests me. How long have you known him? How do you know he is who he says he is? I could just snap my fingers and envelope of $20,000 in your lap like that.
Stars at Noon is streaming on Hulu now. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
More entertainment news now. Country superstar Shania Twain is coming to the Kohl Center next year as part of her upcoming tour. The 5-time Grammy winner will stop in Madison May 16th in the midst of her 49-stop tour in support of her upcoming album, Queen of Me, which releases in February. She'll be in St. Paul on May 17th. The tour is Twain's first in nearly 5 years. Coming up next, how Madison police are preparing for Halloween weekend on State Street.
Helpful hints for you from Meineke. It's important to monitor the tread level and tire pressure on your car's tires. Don't wait until it's too late. Stop into Meineke and get your tires inspected today. If you need new tires, we have a special offer for you. Get free mounting and balancing of 4 new General or Continental brand tires with purchase of our complete tire installation package. That's a savings of almost $100. Our tire installation package includes mounting and balancing, road hazard, tire disposal, and wheel alignment. Set up your appointment at Meineke.com today.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
All units, all units. Reports of an abortion at Central Hospital. Officers needed to detain doctor.
If Ron Johnson has his way, he wouldn't just ban abortions. Doctors could go to jail for it. And Johnson's tried for over a decade. He even co-sponsored a bill with no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And said if women don't like an abortion ban, they can just move. But it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know!
What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
This morning, search teams are getting ready to head out once again to find a missing Verona man. They're planned for the day. Also preparing for a wild weekend downtown. Although Freak Fest is canceled, police are acting like it's not.
And yes, Halloween is here. I'll show you what the conditions look like for the trick-or-treating and the parties. And no, we won't be dealing with any records either way of cold or snow.
Great news. Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Weekend Mornings. I'm Chris Stanford in for Shane Hogan. And we start with that forecast. Doesn't get much better than this, Greg.
I don't think so. Most people, unless you like the cold and snow or the cold rain that we typically have a lot of times in Halloween. So some of the records here, we're not going to even touch this. Lacrosse, 2 inches back in 1984. Probably most people don't remember the snow back in 1926, but it was 2.4 inches there too. And same thing, we've had a nice string of really good October 31st weather. for Madison for the past few years. You had to go back to 2019 when we had about 4 inches of snow. So overall, it's been pretty good, and it's not going to end this week. So today we're looking at low to mid 60s for most locations. We had a few people. You look at the trend. We've got all the way to up to 58 yesterday. We're down to still sitting at 32 right now, struggling to get out of that. And then Madison too. We're still struggling to get up there, but temperatures should start improving here. The one notice of concern this morning right now is the visibility. We do have some reductions along the Wisconsin River area, and then you see overall to the east too, we've got some reductions too. So something to keep in mind of if you're out there traveling with the visibility. But what we got looking ahead today, 32 right now at the airport. We'll get up to about 62 by this afternoon. Light winds. Across, same story right now, 36. Light winds getting up into the 60s too. Plenty of sunshine out there too. You look at the big picture right going on. Clouds to the north. We have a system well to the south. Neither's going to play a big factor in our weather for the next several days. I'll break down how warm it's going to get and when we'll finally get a rain chance later in the broadcast.
All right. Thank you, Greg. 8:29 now, and we start this half hour with continuing coverage. Today there will be multiple searches for John Ramzier, who's been missing from Verona since Monday. Those search areas include the Badger Mill Creek area in Verona and the Military Ridge Trail that leads to Mount Horeb. They plan to start that search at about 10:45 this morning. People have placed missing person flyers in Verona, Fitchburg, and New Glarus. A friend of Ramsier's family says the focus was on Fireman's Park yesterday, along with police dogs from the MPD. Dane County also lending out their drones to search this week. But this search will mostly be John's friends and family.
The community has really come together to support them, but they are, of course, still in shock. The emergency responders and law enforcement have all been very helpful. This is a very interdepartmental effort.
Friends say that a camera spotted John at the Fitchburg Target Monday night. Ramsier's phone showed that he later stopped at home, but left his phone behind and dropped off the grid. Friends of the family say that he was an avid hiker and walker. In Fitchburg, police are issuing a notice to remind the public that local authorities will never contact you asking for money. It comes as a series of calls from scammers claiming to be an authority figure, and that they also claimed that a family member had been arrested. The scammers demanded large amounts of money for the alleged cash bond to free the family member. These calls have been targeting senior citizens specifically. Police suggest that anytime a phone call seems wrong or fraudulent, the safest choice is to hang up. You can get rid of unwanted prescription drugs today, no questions asked. The DEA is holding its annual drug take-back day today. No cost to you. All you have to do is show up at a participating police agency. Most in our area are participating, too. It runs from 10 to 2 today. I tweeted out a link with the full list this morning. Also in Madison, a new independent police monitor has been named about a week after the city's first choice turned the job down. Announced yesterday afternoon, the Civilian Oversight Board named Robert Copley to the role. Copley has a law degree from Marquette University. He's previously worked as the Milwaukee Police Department's open records legal advisor and a paralegal for the Milwaukee Police and Fire Commission. If the Common Council approves it, Copley would begin his role in early December. For a third straight year, there will be no official Freak Fest downtown, but MPD is still preparing for some sort of big crowd on State Street tonight, even without the ticketed event. People can expect to see officers on horseback, bikes, and in squad cars downtown this weekend, plus others directing traffic. They also have been working with the fire department and police officials in the city to ensure the area is safe. The main thing, MPD has emergency plans in place if things get out of control.
I feel that Halloween is one of those opportunities where lots of people like to come out, they like to celebrate, enjoy our beautiful and vibrant downtown, but we're ready to make sure that they can do that safely.
If you plan to head downtown tonight, officers have some advice for you. Be wise about how much you drink, communicate with your group, and know the address of the place that you're staying. And a reminder, if you're looking for trick-or-treat times or hours in your community, we have an extensive list up at channel3000.com. Stores across the country are setting up their Christmas decorations earlier than ever. Bradley Blackburn explains some of the reasons why.
At the American Christmas Warehouse in Mount Vernon, New York, Christmas can't come earlier because it never ends. All year, they prepare high-end holiday displays for clients in 30 states and some of New York City's most iconic spaces.
We're doing Radio City Music Hall, Saks Fifth Avenue, Cartier, Macy's, and many, many office buildings and retailers.
CEO Dan Castorella says these installations are now so complex they can take weeks, and they have to start putting them up, yes, before Halloween.
The decorating is happening right now. Right now. Everything on the floor is getting ready to go out.
All across the country, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas earlier than ever this year. Near Los Angeles, this outlet mall tree arrived in October. In Houston, Bo's already wrapping buildings.
My first reaction was, wow, isn't it a little too early?
I don't even have my pumpkins out, and they've gone straight to Christmas.
Some experts say retailers are responding to consumers who are starting holiday shopping now in part due to inflation.
They're afraid that as it gets closer to Christmas, it'll cost just a little bit more.
Another reason you're seeing all those lights and ornaments on sale, there's a glut of them. Last year, supply chain problems meant holiday stock arrived too late, so some stores are now selling 2 Christmases of decorations.
I think to their surprise and also to their chagrin, they have a ton of inventory. So my expectation is that you'll probably be seeing a lot of sales probably in the next month or so.
Ready or not, Christmas time is here again right now. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Mount Vernon, New York.
A National Retail Federation survey found that this year, 46% of consumers plan to start their holiday shopping before November. Well, with Christmas a couple of months off and Halloween this weekend, the harvest season is winding down, and this weekend's your last outdoor farmers market at Cameron Park in La Crosse. Vendors are set up outside one last time with fall produce, baked goods, and apple cider. This outdoor market may be ending, but there is a winter market to watch out for. That market will start up next month. It's in the Madison Center Ballroom. Market leaders say if you can find some late season produce there, that should be easy, and you'll also find some new vendors.
We're gonna, see some of our familiar faces from the outdoor season, but then a lot of new vendors as well. So it'll be pretty exciting.
The winter market begins Sunday, November 6th. Anyone wanting to sell goods at the market has to fill out an application online. If you want to catch the final outdoor market, it opens back up. It just opened up 35 minutes ago, actually, and it lasts until 1 o'clock this afternoon. A West Salem teenager is in critical condition this morning after a car crash on I-90. The State Patrol says 16-year-old Zoe Coder was driving on I-90 when she lost control of her car and crossed the median Monday. Her car hit a pickup truck head-on. The pickup driver was not hurt and driving the speed limit. The report says it was raining at the time. New this morning in southern Wisconsin, firefighters say a dog has died after a house fire in Beloit. The fire department says the duplex fire started at 7 o'clock last night. One person and a firefighter did have to be transported to the hospital. 2 dogs were found inside. One was resuscitated, but the other could not be saved. Residents are currently displaced from the house, and the department says they're still investigating the cause. Still ahead, it's a bye week for the Badgers, but there's still plenty to reflect on from last week's football performance and what the team could learn on going forward. We have our Badger Blueprint right after the break.
This fall into savings with an affordable, delectable dining set. Whether you're craving farmhouse, rustic, contemporary, cottage, and more. I've got dining and counter heights, storage benches, and tons of configurations.
Get Boss discount!
It's time to bust out your favorite flannel and join us at Flannel Fest, an evening of music to benefit the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund, Saturday, November 5th at Funk's Pub in Fitchburg, featuring the 4 on the Floor,
Sometimes I think about it at night.
The Mascot Theory,
On the wrong side.
Beth Killy Band, Bascom Hill, and Natural Satellite. Tickets and info available at flannelfest.com. Flannel Fest, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Abuelita, my father, my whole family, and Grand Canyon University made me the man I am today. Hi, Tia. I think I'm gonna do Grand Canyon University's online program and get my master's degree.
Trata de llevar a tu familia en el corazón y lograrás lo que tú quieres. Estoy muy orgullosa de ti.
I have an announcement to make, so I'm going to get my master's degree online at Grand Canyon University.
Find your purpose at GCU.
It was Halloween. My daughter stopped at 3 homes, her girlfriend's house, her teacher's house, and the man that murdered her. He molested her and he put her in a garbage bag. He was going to be released in 2018. Josh Call, he was not there for me at all. You want some help to find out what's going on, and he doesn't help. He don't care about the victims. I know Eric Toney does. Eric Toney helped keep that man that murdered my daughter from being released. Eric Toney's always been there for me, and that's the kind of attorney general we need.
Check out my Playscape 2-piece sectional. The $12.99 price tag makes it great. The 2 colors and 5 decorative pillows makes it greater. The comfy pop-up sleeper with Bobapedic memory foam makes it greater.
Big Boss Discount!
Greater.
News 3 Now presented an exclusive debate between Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Call and challenger Eric Toney, going head-to-head, making their cases why they should get your vote. And only News 3 Now brought you the debate live, your local election headquarters. As political ads bombard you with campaign promises and claims to capture your vote, News 3 Now gives you a reality check, clarifying the candidates' messages and finding the facts to help you make informed choices. Reality Check, Wednesdays on News 3 Now at 6.
Yeah, another fantastic day we're going to have after we get rid of some of the morning fog that's still out there. But if you look at the big picture-wise, a few clouds up to the north, but the whole Midwest is actually in generally good conditions and fairly mild, too, for this time of year. We still have that dense fog advisory till 9 a.m. for areas east of Madison, but other areas do have some patchy fog out there, especially near rivers, so something to keep in mind of if you're driving out this morning. Temperature should be in the low to mid-60s. Once again, similar to yesterday, plenty of sunshine, light winds. They're planning your day for lacrosse. We'll get up to about mid-60s, then cool off this evening. Same thing will happen, too, in Madison, too. We'll drop off into the 50s as we get this evening. And, of course, the Halloween forecast. Yes, dancing good because it's going to be great conditions. We're looking at 63 in Madison. It'll be about 65 for a high in lacrosse. Mid-50s then for hot trick-or-treating time, for something to keep in mind of. Next precip chances are not out until Friday.
All right, love those dancing monsters. Can't get enough of them. All right, the World Series off to a dramatic start in Houston. The Astros established an early lead thanks to 2 home runs from Kyle Tucker. They went into the second half up 5-0. The Phillies, though, don't count them out. They came back and tied things up in the 5th. All tied up, though, after 9, and it would go into extra innings. Then a late home run. Phillies win.
Great come from behind victory, and it just showed, you know, the resilience of the club again, and how tough they are, and they just never quit.
Tonight, the Phillies will try to get another one. Critical road win in Houston. First pitch at 7 o'clock tonight. How about this? Another exciting moment from last night's Phillies-Astros All-Star game. Kyle Schwarber stole second base in the 7th, and that means Taco Bell's offering up a free Doritos Loco taco to fans with rewards accounts. That offer lasts for the next 10 days. Now let's get to some more local sports with the Badger Blueprint.
He's a jewelry thief for a reason, so I expect that.
Short and sweet, but Keanu Benton isn't wrong. Anytime John Torchio gets his hands on the ball, he's thinking about making a house call. The jewelry thief led the team in tackles, picked off 2 passes, and more importantly, redeemed himself after coming up a yard short from a pick 6 against Purdue last season.
Coach Leonard just tossed me the oop. I mean, perfect play call. When they went in motion, I knew exactly what they were running, so it's just a matter of don't be too early. Let him throw it, just jump in front.
He's got such high football IQ.
understands our scheme, understands offenses and how they attack, and then you add on top of that the timing. You know, it's not every safety has that.
That performance earned Torch Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week honors, and it was one he needed after last week, Jim.
Yeah, Torchio was very critical of his own play in the Michigan State game. He knew he'd missed some things, some missed tackles, some misguided coverage things, and I think he wanted to bounce back. He bounced back early, made a couple big plays that gave this team momentum when it really needed it on Saturday. A big bounce back game for him. He's now among the leaders in the nation in interceptions.
Wisconsin couldn't have asked for a better start to the game. A 6-play, 75-yard opening drive touchdown, followed by a John Torchio pick six. Not even 4 minutes in, the Badgers are up 14-0. They'd get the ball back after a missed field goal and go 80 yards on 8 plays to take a 21-point lead, and it was pretty much all over from there.
That's what you hope every week, right? It's not always that clean, but I think the energy, the attention to detail early in the game, just doing your job and finishing plays.
We punched them in the mouth to start, and then we came back and did it again second half. That's kind of something we couldn't do, the first few games. But this week we started strong and we finished strong.
21-point lead after 1 quarter. It got up to 25 in the second half. They started fast, but like Peterson said, Jim, they finished something this group has struggled with.
Yeah, and 35-24's final score is not indicative of really how dominant UW was in this game. I thought there were 2 key points in that game. You mentioned the opening drive and the Torchio interception that made it 14-0. I thought it was just important that Wisconsin came back with a strong second drive on offense and went in and scored and made it 21-0. And then late in the first half, it was 21-3. The offense was kind of struggling. There was a chance for Purdue to grab some momentum heading back into halftime, and Andy Vunovich pinned Purdue deep in his own territory, really spoiled any chance of putting together a drive there. And Wisconsin went into halftime on a good note and came out in the second half on a good note.
And still to come, rest and relaxation. Well, after 8 games and a coaching change, the bye week came at a perfect time for Wisconsin. More Badger Blueprint after the break.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important? Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
This shortcut saves 2 hours easy, please,
dude! No, of course not. Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead cost.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Everything seems to be getting more and more expensive these days. And it's the same for your heating bills. Since it will cost more to heat your home this winter, USA Insulation wants to give you control over your utility bills. Our premium injection foam keeps the cold outside and your warm, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights at participating locations. Book direct at choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
News 3 Now is always on.
Download the Channel 3000 app and we will send you local breaking news as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Coach, I know he'll give me some practices off. I don't know. Not hitting for a couple days. My body, gotta get my body back.
It's always a good time for a bye week, but this couldn't have come at a better time for the Badgers. 8 games in Wisconsin is all dinged up all over the place. It's a time for the workhorses to relax and rest their bodies and minds, as well as a week for the guys close to returning to get a couple more practices in. And the goal this week is simple. Get healthy for the final stretch.
We're beat up. I mean, everybody's got something or a few things. So yeah, it'll be a really good week just to get guys get healthy. 5 weeks are great.
You need them. You need one. Just 8 games straight. That's a lot. So for us, a lot of us, we just gotta get our bodies right.
This bye week couldn't have come at a better time. The Badgers need to get rest, and Jim Leonhard gets to have some conversations about the future.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting in the postgame that Jim Leonhard brought that up, that a lot of people have been asking him questions, and this is finally a week where he can kind of sit back, take a deep breath, and start answering some of those questions about what happens if he gets this job full-time. I think he's kind of got a vision of where he wants to go. It's not official yet by any means, but I think he's going to start explaining his process and his ideas this week to some of the players and maybe even the coaching staff.
Always good to head into a week off on a high note, and that's exactly what the Badgers did after knocking off the Boilermakers. The win not only got Wisconsin back to 500 and was Leonhard's first home win as interim head coach, but it gave them confidence and showed maybe what this team envisioned they could be.
Everyone, I think, in the back of my mind, like, win out. But to put a win and put a game like that on field and on paper and go watch it tomorrow and see, damn, we did that, definitely helps.
We know we're a good team, but at the end of the day, when you come out and have a performance against a good team and, you kind of take it to them, that's something you can hopefully build momentum off of, and that's what we're looking to do.
As Leonhard says, now do it again, and with games against Maryland, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota, Jim, how many more times do you think this group does it again?
You look at that schedule, and they're all winnable, right? I also think all of them are losable. I think if we see the Purdue version of Wisconsin, that four-quarter game, especially that first quarter, they can win out. I just think this team's been so consistently inconsistent all season, and so I don't see them winning any more than 3. So I say 3-1 down the stretch.
Now, I've been wrong about this team 3 of the last 4 weeks, but a week to get healthy, I think this group will do it again, like you said, at least 3 more times. They're going to become bowl eligible and close out this season on a high note. And that's it for this week's Badger Blueprint. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we look at Halloween. It looks good weather, the conditions this year. But for the past years, we've actually had really decent weather. You can go back to 2020 for lacrosse. They were 62. Cold really was 2019. And that's the same case for Madison, too. We go back to when we had snow on the ground. That was 2019, 4 inches. But we've had a nice stretch of 50-degree weather for Halloween, and that's going to continue at least through this year. Right now, we can see, we look at the forecast, we should be in the 60s by the time, for the day. By the time we go trick-or-treating in the afternoon, we should be back down into the mid-50s. But overall, it's going to be great weather. Right now, the pattern is that we're kind of stuck between 2. We got a jet to the north, 1 to the south. That keeps the split flow going, so the cold air stays to the north, and the storm track with the most moisture stays to our south. So we're not going to see that much change. We're going to see a little system come up to the Ohio River Valley, provide us clouds, but nothing else. Then it's going to take a while till this thing starts developing out west. That'll induce winds to start picking up from the southwest by midweek, warm us up, and then rain chances come when that comes through, probably Friday, and then another system maybe Saturday and Sunday. But in the meantime, enjoy all the conditions, because we're not going to see much on the way of cloud cover today. We'll see the cloud cover, as I mentioned, come up tomorrow, but it's going to be mid and high clouds, so we'll still see sun out there. Overall, still light winds, and the precipitation will stay to the south. Skies will start clearing out back again Monday, a little brief wind shift, and then we'll start seeing the winds come around from the southwest. So today, as you go home in this afternoon, upper 50s will be the mid-60s. High temperatures, once again, mid-60s for most areas. Tonight, we'll see the temperatures then cool off, with a little cloud cover coming in towards late, so we'll see more temperatures in the 40s as we wake up on your Sunday morning. And then overall, conditions will be similar to yesterday for temperatures, because we will have more cloud cover, but still above average for this time of year. You see temperatures, we will hit the 70s there by La Crosse, maybe a couple days of that. Winds pick up, storm front comes through Friday, rain chances start picking up. Same story for Madison too. with almost 70. We could hit 70. We'll wait and see. And then temperatures, like I said, mid-50s towards the end of the next week. That's still average. So we're not getting down to the cold temperatures yet. Still well to the north.
By next weekend, we could probably use a little bit of rain.
Yeah, there's been drought conditions to the west, especially Minnesota, Iowa. And we've been a long stretch in October where we've been below average. We're going to end up pretty much below. So, yeah, we could use the rain.
All right. Greg, thanks a lot. Coming up, a car wash with a Halloween twist.
Close.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Cereal Sale. This Friday through Sunday. Get 50% off Kellogg's and General Mills cereal. That's right, 50% off this Friday through Sunday. Scan the code, get deals. Only at Hy-Vee.
A 12-year-old girl can't legally drive a car. At 12, she can't even vote. But if this little girl were tragically raped or a victim of incest and became pregnant, Radical Tim Michaels would force her to deliver the baby. He said it's, quote, not unreasonable for the state government to mandate rape victims to give birth. Would it be unreasonable if he were forcing this on you? Let him know on Election Day.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
We didn't forget about the crumbs at the bottom of the bag. We're just prolonging our time with every last bit of crispy, juicy tender.
Enjoy the crispy chicken sandwich and pair it with medium fries and a $1 any size Diet Dr. Pepper.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes.
Certainly.
You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
It's the Hy-Vee Red Hot Weekend Cereal Sale. This Friday through Sunday. Get 50% off Kellogg's and General Mills cereal. That's right, 50% off this Friday through Sunday. Scan the code, get deals. Only at Hy-Vee.
Hope in the Wild, Saturday morning at 9:30.
Finally this morning, sometimes going through a car wash can be a bit scary for kids. They could be terrified by this. In Eau Claire, Tommy's Express Car Wash is taking that scary up a notch by offering up a haunted car wash. They say that tunnel of terror will scare the socks off your entire vehicle. They're not the only ones with the idea either. The scary tunnel will be in nearly 60 locations nationwide. Yeah, they've got some locations across the Midwest. The closest is going to be about Eau Claire. They have a couple down in Chicago, too. Yeah, do you remember your kids getting scared going through the car wash when they were little? Mine did, for sure.
I don't remember that.
No.
Maybe. It's been so long ago.
It's been long. Not so long for me. My kids are still little. Your kids
mine
are grown,
adults. Right? Yeah, so it's been a while. So overall, like I said, not going to be scary for the forecast for the next week. We might be hitting 70, so Halloween looks great. Fog out there this morning, just be advised. It should be burning off. Otherwise, you should be looking for a fantastic time through the day with mid-60s and light winds.
All right, thanks, Greg. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.